It's good to see you again. Somebody who's been pretty right, being bullish. But now what? We're about to put in an incredible month. Are we overbought, or where do we go?
Well, we are overbought, Scott. I know this business is forever. What have you done for me lately? So I do appreciate that. Look, there's seasonality in this tape. Well, I think one of the interesting things that we've done some work on is, how much does seasonality change if you've got, a particularly strong month like a month of November? Does that front end load and, force more of a mediocre or actually poor month in December? And that's actually not the case. Good things tend to happen. So I think you've set the bar and got this momentum machine going. We've got 91% of the S&P above their own 20-day moving average. That's historically pretty good news. It implies that we're probably going to go higher. So I think at this stage, you want to play it for the next probably 8 weeks or so, and then we'll see at the beginning of the year. Seasonal election years do tend to be flat the first half, so I could easily see us up around, call it 4,800 on the upside for the S&P, which is the old high, and then maybe go sideways for extended period of time as we kind of digest the potential for the election in 2024.
So you think calls for 5,000, or not that it's, percentage-wise much over 48 anyway, but, up to 5,500, for example, you think those are too optimistic?
I think they're very yield dependent. If you're going to tell me that yields can go to 4% and stay there, I don't think they're optimistic. I think if we first have to get through 434 on the 10-year yield to kind of punch through that support level. If we can't do that, then I do think 5,000 is optimistic, and I'll be the first one to say that our call is in jeopardy if we're really not able to punch through those the support levels in the 10-year yield. I think the good news around this, though, is what we're seeing out of the triple B spreads and the corporate credit markets is actually a continued contraction in that premium, and that's good news. So it doesn't say, or certainly suggests, that there's not a recession on the horizon, and that this slowdown is probably part of that soft landing scenario or narrative that a lot of people were having a hard time buying into, and I think has become more of the consensus now than not.
But your base case is 4,800 for 24?
Yeah, again, it's going to be yield dependent, but I do think that that's pretty easy, frankly. I think you're going to see the first half, I think, is going to be more challenging. I think we're going to have, the resistance levels in, call it February. I think we probably buy some time until the early part of the summer, and then I think we can start to move from there. But that's how I would see it. Again, yield dependent. But so far, I like what we're seeing out of yields. The real yields are high enough to suggest that we should get some contraction there, and that's how we're going to play it.